Peace, everyone. You're on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. And shout out to everyone. Always, definitely thank y'all for always tuning in to through our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook group, HHDG, which stands for Hip Hop Discussion Group. I know a few people, when they see the HHDG, they're wondering what it is. So I'll continue to break down the acronym like that so everyone knows. And it's born through the Facebook group, and here we are now, 5 owners, all hip hop. Shout out to our company. That's T Smith, the Mayor, Skelly Top, Rock Vader KB, and myself, Wiki. As always, you can go to our website, as you can see on the bottom banner, hhtgmedia.com. And go check out the latest music that's up there, the events, merchandise, and also our interviews. For tonight, we have a returning guest who I always enjoy that he is his continuously maintaining Black solidarity throughout his music, and also through the dope artwork that he has on his projects. He continues to expand and with the music to as many people as catch the vibe of what he's been giving out through the content and the lyrics and the songs and these albums. But aside from that, he makes it relatable. Relatable is a key component, and doesn't really need to have a certain age to it, but just certain things that catch your ear and make you want to continuously listen to more and more of that person, and he continues to do that. His latest album dropped on March 15th, I Am Not Your Negro. Sounds familiar? Well, we'll definitely dive into that. And caught a little bit of production on there too from him. We don't see that too often, so we're definitely going to talk to him about that as well. And album artwork, once again, perfect with what we just talking about in the intro, and we're gonna find out what else has been going on since he was last on there, because we also had Shift Paradigm, if I remember correctly, was in 2023, and the Path of the Obsidian Way was another 2023 project. So we'll definitely talk about that, because at the time when we last had our interview, we had the Precipice album with August Fannin. So got a little bit to talk about in between that time from then to now. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce once again .com Intelligence.
Greetings, Wiki. Thank you, man. It's always good to be back. Always good to be back. I appreciate everything that you do. Word up. I don't take it for granted. I really don't. I'm glad that you listen to me run my mouth sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So the last time we left, man, Precipice hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was blessed to work with Fannin. I say Fanon like my man says Fanon, but Fannin, it's spelled both ways. But yeah, me and August kind of hit it off. I've got part 2 in the works.
Okay.
That's been on the back burner, but that's coming. That's coming. Hopefully by the end of 2024, I will have it done. I've got a couple other things that's going on, but yeah, I talk to August all the time, built a bond with him, was very fortunate. It's amazing because when I initially heard him on HBO, I never thought that I was going to work with him, but I loved his sound. Yeah. And just through doing it and talking to him, and you know what I'm saying, coming up with his price point, eventually it worked. And I'm still awestruck with that. Now I know him. So, it's just good business with him all the time on a personal level and just like a working level.
That's great, man. And I say this all the time now. Don't doubt yourself. So if you think that you might not be able to work with somebody, just go ahead and put it out there.
Speaking of which, yes, Wiki, because Crypto did get in contact with me. Me and Crypto's been sending me some stuff, and we're formulating. That's why I said that's actually coming up now. Like I stopped everything because Crypto got in contact with me, so that was a blessing. I actually just finished writing to one of the first songs, and I got to record it. But yeah, that was dope. So that was highly dope. So I mean, yeah, man, it was a blessing. It was definitely a blessing. I don't take none of this for granted.
Definitely. Before we even talk about shift paradigm,
right.
I think around the time of the first interview, you had recently moved, or about a year or so, moved to South Carolina.
South Carolina. Yeah, man.
I've been down there for you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's great. It's the South is the South. When I say that, I don't say that it's weird, man. I miss where it's not a major city. It's not like Maryland or DC, because initially I'm a DMV cat. You know what I'm saying? Around that area, that's where I grew up. Initially, I was born in New York, but I lived most of my life in Maryland, in the DC area, DMV area. South Carolina is cool, man. The scene is really starting to pop. And that was the biggest thing. I was trying to find my way. There are a lot of talented cats, and I'm just now starting to get in the loop. So hopefully when the summer comes around, I can start performing, because I haven't performed in forever. You know what I'm saying? Always creating, but I haven't performed a set in a minute. And I'm in my mind, I'm already trying to figure out, because I have so many songs and stuff, what would be the best set to do. But I've just tried to feel my way around. And I'm starting to get up with some of the people that are in the area, so I can start to do that. But I mean, it's different, man. It's not it's not a major city. It's a lot slower, which is cool. But on some real stuff, just dealing with pay rate and stuff of that nature, it's slow. It's slow than what it is. Yeah. So, the living is slower. It's a lot of things going on. But I mean, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I'm maybe 30 minutes away from the beach. So, I can, whenever I, want some time away, I can always get up early in the morning on the weekends, go to the beach, chill out before the traffic and stuff. People come, get some ocean water, get some calm, serene stuff. I do that all the time. Take my daughters, or me and the wife and the daughters go. But yeah, man, it is what it is. It's not like Greenville or in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Where I am, I'm in Somerville. So I said Charlotte, but Charleston. So I'm over in Somerville in the North Charleston place. So I can get to Charleston where everything kind of goes, but it's still not like the city. Charlotte is like Greenville. That's where stuff is popping. But, things are what they are.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. But it's a lot of talent here. Don't get it twisted. I've ran into some dope cats. It's always a burgeoning scene, man. And it's just like I said, you got to find it. And now, it's really starting to pop. That was the biggest thing. I was like, where is all the hip hop at? You know what I'm saying? And, you just got to look. You got to know the area, learn the layers of the land, and find it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now, as far as the talent, what exactly is going on in the scene? Is it more of a outdoor type of events going on? What's going on?
Well, it's this cat named Ben Beam who kind of got in South Carolina from what I know. Unheard is called Unheard. The group Unheard is basically massive. They're a big clique. So think of Wu-Tang almost, but a little bit lesser. It's 5 of them. And they're really tight. They're really good. and it's like unheard. And all of them are individual rappers, but they form like Voltron. So they're really making their ways around. There's a dude named Savant that came from Chicago that's here, and he's dope. Like he's a master of the craft. You know what I'm saying? From one MC to another, you know when someone is really good. Right. Like stage present, like he's firing all cylinders. So he's Savannah's really dope. Unheard. Ben Beam, of course, is the producer around here that's really hot. There's a dude from a filmographer called Tony Shot Me, who is also a producer, but he's a filmographer. He does most of the videos for Unheard. He's the one that did my video for Adam. I have a video out, so that was the first thing. Yeah, he did a video for Adam, and
got that queued up.
Yeah, exactly. So Tony is really dope. So like I said, I found someone to film videos for, and he's just like really buzzing. There's a couple other cats, but I just know Tony because I paid attention to Unheard and how Unheard is moving. Because they throw a lot of stuff in the area of Somerville, Monk's Corner, around that area. And it's funny because it's not outside. You would think it would be, but it's like a brewery. They have a brewery where I don't know how Ben got it, but it's like a brewery that opens up shows for hip hop. Now, of course, there's other places that they have that other, rappers and stuff are there because like it's a lot of live music. There's a lot of live music, but they're now starting to let the hip hop acts in because they're not, it's not like we wilding or anything like that. But yeah, and they've shown that they can bring a draw. You know how it is. It's always about if you can bring a draw, if you can bring people there to the bar. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it. But yeah, man, it's dope. Like I said, I'm just like learning my ways around. But like Ben Beam, Unheard, Savant, Tony Shot Me. Because with Tony, I'm meeting a lot of other cats. And they're not underground cats. They're more, if you want to say future, the current sound. You know what I'm saying? But he's working with everybody. So I'm starting to meet a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But it's dope. It's really bursting. Everybody is close together. You know what I'm saying? There's no beef as of right now. You know what I'm saying? It really works out. Like, because everybody's trying to, like, put South Carolina on the map, at least Somerville on the map in that area, Somerville, North Charleston. So yeah, it's a real good scene as of right now. People show up to the shows. Only reason why I can't show up to more of them is because of just dealing with situation. My job situation changed a little bit, so time and stuff got flipped on its head. So a lot of times when they are rocking, like they may have a Saturday that they do, but sometimes I work on Saturday, so I can't get to the show. Or they have something on a Friday. Like it's normally like Wednesday, Friday, Saturdays. Okay. Where stuff pops off, and it just depends on the luck of the draw. So yeah, but I try to go out when I'm free. I try to go out. I'll be like, no country for old man. I don't feel fucking old, but I know I'm an older guy up in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Nice. So definitely a mix of talent, the type of hip hop that's brewing in South Carolina. Okay.
Yes, definitely. And it's funny because it's different pockets. So like I said, where I'm at is North Charleston, Somerville. But Greenville has their own beat scene. Like there's a lot of producers up in Greenville. But that's like an hour and a half away from where I'm at. And they throw their own sets. You know what I'm saying? And then if you really want to get bold, you can drive to Charlotte. And, Charlotte's NC. NC is blowing up right about now. Ja, I forgot his name, but he's moved, technically he's in New York now, but he's from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Mike Digi and all those cats, they're from Carolina. And like Charlotte's popping. It's a lot of shit going on in Charlotte. But I mean, normally like Greenville, North Charleston, Somerville is where the hip hop's at. If you want to go to the other places, that's where the trap's at. So it just depends. You know what I'm saying? The trap sound is more influential over there, other parts of South Carolina. But Greenville is still where hip hop is really big. You know what I'm saying? And nothing's wrong with it because, of course, I'm the type where a real MC should rock over anything. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, I don't. If you've heard my stuff, I've been trying to push that lately. I'm like, I'm going to do that. Like, I'm always trying to do some type of trap style or different thing outside the box of what I do. I did that with Alerted. I do that with everything. Everything's got to have, like, normally it's hip hoppy, but then it's like intelligent trap. You know what I'm saying? Or a trap style beat where I'm still rhyming my ass off on it and saying something. So,
Yeah, if I don't want to jump right into it, but I also
no,
know
we good. We good. It's on you. However you want to go.
no, I was, based off of what you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
I can hear it on the new album as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I wanted to and it's like it's the beat, man. It's the beat. Like for me, it's like it really depends on the beat. Like I said, a real MC can rock over anything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're talking about, which I think, I Do Not Consent, which is like is one of my favorite songs. But when I heard that, I kind of knew exactly how I was going to attack that. That's done by Grant Ford, and he's a producer and an MC, and he's based out of I think it's Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? And just being on Twitter and talking to him, he has very strong opinions on shit, but he's highly talented. He's highly talented. So, I was following him on Twitter, and of course, just like overall proper decorum, talking to him, hearing him back and forth, and I wanted to work with him, and he was like, "Let's do it." So I've got some more stuff from him too, and it's different levels because he can do a lot of stuff, which is great. You know what I'm saying? He puts it like he really is in. I guess in Milwaukee, he's like really kind of the bar. I'm only going by what the people that he's working with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hearing the sound with the people that he works with. So
Right.
Grant Ford is working with a lot of people. So he's doing hip hop, he's doing R&B, he's doing a lot. So,
That's good to be tapped in like that.
I mean, I always try to do that. I've tried to have a good ear. I think that's been one of my strongest things. I have a vision and an ear. I may not be the best, the best MC, but I always have a vision and an ear. You know what I'm saying? That's like half the battle. They always say Nas really didn't have an ear for beats, but that's my favorite MC, my favorite rapper, because I've always been about the words.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother, he's 9 years younger than me. This is a back history. We were in a group called CTG, Clientele Gang. I taught my brother how to rap and my cousins, and I was the oldest one. I even taught Jamal the Great how to produce. He's doing so good now, but I'm rambling. But anyway, he told me eventually this was the blog era. And he was like, bro, I know you were great because you taught me, but people don't really care about the words. He said, you got to work on your cadence.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the biggest thing. And then from there, I really decided to try to work on my cadence. I had to find a balance because I didn't want to sacrifice what I'm saying because I don't rhyme for the sake of riddling. You know what I'm saying? As I was born in, as I came up in 88, the 80 year, you know what I'm saying? I came up in golden era, so I don't rhyme for the sake of riddling. I'm always saying something. Like, I don't have the time for bullshit. I just can't do it. Like, I love it, but it's just not me. You know what I'm saying? There's always something in there. Even if I'm talking about bullshit, there's something that I'm putting in there. And,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And being that you're talking about being good at selecting producers, the March 2023 album, The Path of the Obsidian Way, is a prime example of the producers that you picked on there.
Yeah. I've been blessed, B. I've been blessed. Like, I try to, like I said, humble, lot of talent, man. Dead Bent, which I owe them an album. I just had to get my shit together. Dead Bent did like a first couple of songs. They're a collective of producers. Dead Bent is like Phantom Slime and I forgot my other man's name. Guys, you're gonna kill me. But it's a three-headed monster, kind of like how the Mole Men were back in the day in Chicago.
Okay.
And they've got a lot of stuff on the works. I think it's like MC Lame Wolf. I think that's his name. But they've got a lot of shit in the works. And where they're based at, they're based like in, I think it's that, well, they had Deadman Day. I don't know if it's New York or New Jersey, but yeah. I normally I'm in contact with Slime. So Phantom Slime is the one that normally I'm politicking with. And that's how the doors opened up. But they've been working, they've been doing dope shit. And of course, I will always pump the Society. Like, those are my guys. So, like, the Society clique, or as they say, I don't like to say Boule. The real name is Boule Society. I don't like saying that because I know what Boule is, but we always came up with that. I always say Society. It's like society shit. So that, again, if they're on, I don't know if they're on, but I'm going to always big them up because these are younger, because I'm always the oldest, but they're younger, but they're highly talented. Lunar, No Face rapper, Mike G, the writer, Wesley Rocco, Lord Who, you know what I'm saying? And also my man, Foul Monk. Foul Monk's a producer, Luna's a producer.
Okay.
And that Society. Foul Monk is highly dope. He's from the D, and he's working with a lot of cats. He did this thing called Crisis on Infinite Beats. Crisis on Infinite. I forgot what the name is, but we called it Crisis. But it was a big thing, and he had a lot of people on there. He worked that. He really worked it. He worked the craft. He had Stalker, a lot of the New York cats that are on there. And I'm on there too, you know what I'm saying, I was blessed. But he's been working with a lot of upcoming people. Like, this new year coming up is going to be crazy, you know. He's got like a lot of people that he's been putting in work with, and people like his sound. And of course, Lunar is like my man. We did the Hammer Brothers album. And that was just so fun. And Lunar has a lot of shit that he's doing. He's from Nashville. So, you know what I'm saying? And he's just highly dope. So those are my guys. Like, you know, on Obsidian, on the Pap Obsidian Way, the last song is everybody on it. You know what I'm saying? That was the last song. We had like a posse cut.
Yeah.
Because I believe in the posse cuts still. That's my era. So yeah, we've been trying to do the album, but everybody's been going their own separate ways because everybody's kind of like they're getting ready to start their life with wives and kids and shit. And I'm already having wives and kids, so they just now are hitting their stride on that, and that's been like a new thing. So it's just trying to get everybody together. You know, you say you want to do it, but it's like a super group, so it's just organization.
And the track
Society forever, Society shit. You know what I'm saying? I just always throw that up because those guys are so talented, and it's just like it's kind of like when you see, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's on a common era, so it's like just talking to them, and they're receptive to hearing me. Mm-hmm. So it's just like it just clicks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always just like champion these guys, man, because I just had so much fun with recording with them and just talking to them all the time. So, you know, yeah, that's been a cool thing.
That's dope. And the track that we were talking about, the last track is called Henchmen of the North. Yep,
exactly. Which, of course, if you know, it's from the Raekwon line. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, my fault. From the Raekwon album, the Jizza line. Mm-hmm. Notorious Henchmen of the North, striking where the Mason-Dixon line crossed. So, yeah, I came up with that. At first, it was something else, and I just was like, nah, this is what it is. Now, and again, I have to get backstory with that. I need to get up with Homeboy, too. He is, I think he's from Sweden or something like that. What's his the track listener is not here. Iron Feather. Iron Feather is really dope, and I haven't contacted Iron Feather, but Iron Feather, I heard his beats on SoundCloud, and he's got if you look him up, he's got a good discography. But Iron Feather is a real cool cat, and I haven't talked to him in it's been a while. But I was in correspondence with him, but I just kind of broke camp with him because of just certain things. But yeah, Iron Feather produced that. He's highly dope. Just, putting you on to different things,
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he did 2 tracks on the Path of Obsidian Way.
Yes, sir. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, he definitely did. So, yeah, man, it's just been, it was interesting. Like that was my fun album. You know what I'm saying? That was really my fun album. Just a lot of stuff. That's why I had a lot of guests and stuff on there. And it's always easier when you can do that. It's cool instead of it all being on you and you trying to like figure stuff out and make stuff go. A lot of times I wish I had, what I'm saying? I mean, everybody got put into work on their own album, but I wish I had a team like the Cloth, you know what I'm saying? Like how Riggs, Mooch, and all them, like that they're in the vicinity of one another so they can bounce things off of one another. Like my society guys are cool, but we're all far distance.
Distance, yeah.
It's sometimes it's better to, because of the experience that I had with clientele, like my early group, we were always bouncing ideas off of one another. So if you did something whack, somebody could tell you straight up. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you solo, I mean, now, I know how to quality control, but when you solo, it's sometimes just thought and process and, track listing. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like, that's a big thing. I always tell younger cats, like, to focus on track listing because we kind of lost that, like how to make tracks work.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. You don't think about it. It's just like certain things you don't be thinking about. And it's like, yo, just because the song is dope, is it strong enough for the first one? Should it be the first one? Should it be the end? Should it be the middle? So, yeah.
Definitely has to flow properly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. That's just the little shit that just like it kind of dissipated, like after the double disc era, where people just throwing everything out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, because they knew they could double the profit, and people would sit buying CDs, and you could put like 25, like break it 12-12, or do 13, 26, 13 tracks on one, 13, just throw the album out. Yeah, man. The double CD era, that was like, because some of those songs crank, but then you be like, some of those, they could have just been one album. You know what I'm saying? It could have just been one album, and it would have been really compact and tight. But then you have like, and everybody did it. Like, I remember, I love Wu-Tang, but I hate Black Shampoo. Like, it's just a cool song, but it just don't fit on the damn Wu-Tang Forever. The skit before, when he was talking about Shorty, and Shorty was talking about because you were home, nigga, and all that was great. But the Black Shampoo song was like, yo, really? But that's me on some hip hop shit. I'm sorry.
It happens that way.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody's just, you see Ghost and Ray and them just be like, yo, son, that don't need to be there. But I guess after Dirty shit, Dog shit, after that song, they had to slow it down because that was all wild, and Dirty was probably high out of his mind. Bless the dead. Dirty was the best. But yeah. Let me stop rapping about other stuff. Let's bring it back. I'm not your Negro. I'm not your Negro.
I was gonna say after the Path of the Obsidian Way,
yes.
You had a
Shift Paradigm.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say was you had multiple producers on that album, and then you went to Shift Paradigm in the same year. We had strictly Psycho Sid do the work.
Yeah, Sid is the best. I'll say that till the cows come home. August for 9, Sid, the best. Like, Sid can do anything. Sid can do anything. That was another one. I was paying attention to Mutant Academy, showing my age again, paying attention to Mutant Academy before they blew. And I was like, I love Fozy and all those guys. but I knew as soon as the era was popping, they're gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying? I have a song with Grey Matter, so I'm happy about that. Before Grey Matter popped and went to Conway and everything, so that means budget sometimes gets out of reach because I'm still a family man and we're doing this. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny, just rambling because Grey Matter, I saw him back when before I moved to South Carolina, Rock Marciano performed, and I was at the. I mean, everybody was in Maryland and DC were there playing at Howard Theater, and of course, Grey Matter was there DJing, and he never met me, but he's heard my voice all the time because I was talking to him, and I finally just introduced myself to him. He was like, "Yo." I was just like, yeah, man. And I was like, I said, I'm trying to catch you right before, because he just got that first placement with Conway. He said, nah, I'll hook you up. Just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I said, you're getting out of my budget. I'm happy for you because I finally wanted you to. He's like, yeah. But, I lost him. I didn't get a chance to. And I mean, now it's just like I said, even for his reasonable price, I probably couldn't swing it as of right now, but I should ask because I mean, Gray knows. He knows who I am. I just haven't talked to him in a year.
Yeah, salute to Grey Matter. He definitely been doing this thing.
Sid is like, I heard Sid, and I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to jump on that. I had to I really had to jump on that. I love working with Sid. I like Sid's feedback because Sid, even those songs that I like, he don't like, and he'll just give me feedback on it and just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll be really constructive with it because he'd be like, put it this way, I'm sorry that I hurt you. That single that I put out, if you are at my Bandcamp, is a song that's deal with relationships, a marriage or a relationship breaking up. The beat that he flipped, you know what I'm saying? The beat that he flipped, that was the first time I heard him. So that was the first beat that I wanted. And back when we first worked together, on the days, the minutes, the hours, seconds, the days, hours, the minutes, and seconds, he was like, yo, it don't fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you going with it, it don't fit. Not to say that it was there, but it don't fit. And then there was another track that I had, and he was just like, yeah, I don't really like it, but I mean, it works. You know what I'm saying? But he was honest with it. No, I appreciated that. I was like, you don't like it? I was like, he was like, not really. Yeah, I can give you something better. I was like, no, I like the beat. He's like, all right. He was like, you sure? I was like, no, I like the beat. So, you know what I'm saying? It was that. So. But yeah, Sid's great. I've talked to him a couple of times, and that was right before I was moving, and it was just cool because he was in the area, he was in the DMV area, which I didn't know at the time. And just when I found out, I had to pack up and move. So I was like, God damn, man, because I could have really got tight with him because he was in the area where I could get to him and meet him and just kind of work with him personally, because he would go to Virginia, go up to Richmond and stuff to get up with the rest of the cast from Mutant Academy.
All right.
So, yeah. But I always try to work with Sid. I owe, like I said, I did my second album with Sid. I owe Black Knight, if I can find him. Black Knight, if I can find him. But Black Knight, I need to get back up with him. I really enjoyed the work I did with him. And then from there, he was working with Teller. I'm speaking in first name, but I know you know, with Teller Banks, for the people that don't know. And now Teller is self-sufficient, and he hasn't been working with him, but he's been working with Squeegee. Squeegee's a good brother, and I wanted to try to get back on the track with him. I've worked with Squeegee, but he's been working with Squeegee. That last album was stupid. And Knight is so dope, but he's older too, so it's kind of like it's a whole different thing with Knight. But yeah, Knight's a dope cat. Like Knight's a dope cat. Very opinionated, but he's a dope cat. I'm happy that he, did the got placements working with Squeegee and doing the Harvest Kids and all that other stuff. Because he's like highly dope, but he's very picky. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could. You could tell, you know, just from when he's the times that I do catch, you know, him speaking on Twitter, you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. For real. He's for real. And it's funny because I don't know, like I said, I haven't seen the interview with Squeegee, but I know that he knows Squeegee and name from Staten Island because of the past thing. He had a thing in Staten Island with some of the other group cats are in Staten Island. So it's kind of like a circle. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's really dope. It's really dope. It's funny, man. I be thinking about it. Like, sometimes I don't pay attention, but guys, I work with Squeegee and I work with my man who was doing great. Oh gosh, with the Harbor Kids. How can I forget his name? Oh my Jesus.
Jamil Honesty.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, Honesty. Yeah, facts. I work with both of them.
Both dope.
So that's dope. Before they became Harbor Kids.
One of my favorite tracks off of Shit Paradigm is From T to D.
Yeah. That's personal. That was that was dealing with my cousin Dee Dee. And it took me a long time to write that. It took me a long time to write that because just as the song was going on, Dee Dee was one of the first people. He's older than me, and he was one of the first ones to get me rhyming. Like, I remember being enthralled with rap music, but it was him that gave me the push. And back in time, so when Self-Destruction came out, you know, you have the Family Talent Show, right? He knew that I knew all of Self-Destruct. You know what I'm saying? Like Self-Destruct. So we broke it up. And he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You're the intelligent one. You know what I'm saying? How it was formulated before I got my name, he was like, yo, you do Chris. You know what I'm saying? So we were doing different things. Like, I do Chris. He did like Mo D. You know what I'm saying? And that was a big thing. And he gave me a push to like do it. He was one of the first ones. I remember going off with him in North Carolina, the tape. And we just sit there and listen to Biz, Bless the Dead. Because Biz was one of my first things, like my first, I'm going on some history shit, but my first rap tapes, I can name them for you. So my first rap tapes were like, it was Power, Ice-T, He's a DJ, I'm a Rapper, King T, Act a Fool, and Nation of Millions. Then the fifth tape was Biz Going Off. Because I remember Jukebox seeing the video for Going Off. And I was just like, yo, this is the dopest shit ever. The beat was just crazy. That go best, guy. I was like, Marty in my head. I didn't know it was Marty, but Marty's a genius. I was like, this is the dopest shit ever. And of course, I'm late to the party because like I heard Going Off and I was in Carolina. And then my whole world flipped when I started to go back to New York. And every summer or every summers, I was up there in Queens. And I heard like Nobody Beats the Biz and all this other stuff, listening to Red and Chuck Shit Out on mix shows. And, like a lot of cats don't know that. I'd be talking to the younger cats on how like when the mix came on late in the night, because hip hop wasn't accessible, and Chuck said you get on the mix late in the night, I'd stay up and tape them bitches. I'd be up from 12 to 5. We'd be listening, and it was so much dope shit. They don't know about like the promos and shit. Like there used to be the rap promos were the best. Like songs that you couldn't hear. You know what I'm saying? And like I remember hearing Bait for the first time by Magnetic. And that just blew my mind. I was like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Anyway, back to Didi, man. He ended up rapping in a band in Denver, and he was doing well. But as I was saying in the story, a lot of personal stuff dealing with the family, for his family and his side, came up, and he fell victim to it. And I was so hurt because he was doing what I wanted to do. Like literally, he was doing the shows and doing everything, but drugs fucked him up, and a couple other just got into some wild shit. And he's just getting ready to get out. He's been locked up for about it's been about 15, 20.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, I was like, oh geez, man. So I was really pissed, and I couldn't write the song, and I couldn't write him. You know what I'm saying? And then finally, I wrote the song. So like that time when I finally got with him and heard, spoke to him, because I wouldn't write him. And I was just like, I just didn't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? And I finally spoke to him like right before Shift Paradigm, came out. And, he's about to come out this year. But last year, I was just like, we just had to sit and talk for a long time. And I was just like, yo, man, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? I did wrong, but I was so hurt. And he was just like, I know. I really, I failed you, but he said it's nothing. It was on me, man. So it was very emotional, but I was able to. I told him I wrote the song. I finally wrote. I didn't write you a letter, but I wrote a song to you, and I got it to him, and he really appreciated that. That was good. Yeah. 'Cause I started on that thing and stopped and started and stopped and started, and I always was trying to write it, and it was finally that beat that I heard that I sat down and focused, you know what I'm saying, from Sid. And, I was able to finally get the words out, even though I still feel like I could have said more, but I said enough. I said what I needed to say to him, and he heard me.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, man. And we all, that was the big thing. Yeah, it's life. Life be life, and everybody has something of that nature, so. But that was my cousin. Like, he was the one that showed me. I was a newborn. I was following him around. Like, you kind of see, like, I was only like 11 to 12. No, I wasn't even 12. I was like 10. And he was like 15. So I was just like, he's a god in Carolina, which was a slow ass thing. You know what I'm saying? It was slow. It wasn't city, but he was the man, in my eyes. So, yeah.
Man, and this is a perfect segue, speaking on a personal situation like that, to go into the 2024 album, I'm Not Your Negro.
Yeah.
Before we even dive directly into it, let's talk about the album cover.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you see the font and the style and everything, you already know James Baldwin.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you didn't know who .com Intelligence was at that point, right there, you already know.
Yep, exactly. That's what it's about, man. I had no clue what I was going to do after. You know what? The thing was, after Shift, first things first, let me give shouts and praises to Danny. All right?
Yes.
Danny is incredible. Danny is the best. Danny and me normally work together. The ideas and stuff of mine, Danny can put it into fruition. If I could do it, I would. But everything that you see is just like, I'm always hitting Danny up. And Danny's just like, you're really good with your vision. You know what I'm saying? He said, I don't even have to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yo, I love working with you. He said, let me just like tweak this. But I knew what I wanted to do with it. I had no clue, but I ended up, put it this way, I'm Not Your Negro came because I reread The Fire Next Time. You know what I'm saying? I read that back in the day in high school, and I was just, had some time, and I love that book, and I read The Fire Next Time again because it's really a brief read. And, I decided to kind of get out of TV, and I just was like reading it, and I was just like, yo, James is really on it. And then, of course, I'm Not Your Negro, the documentary was there, and I saw that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna flip this. So I just, by the time I started getting the ideas together and coming up with concepts, by the time I got all the songs and stuff done, I just I know what I'm gonna do. So I hit Danny up. Danny was like, okay. I said, I want to try to emulate the same picture. He was like, all right, we'll try to do the picture and look to the side. I sent him on the phone. He said, I got the font. So we're going to do it tonight. I said, yeah. So it was really easy. It was really easy. But I mean, me and Danny have been working since, me and Danny have been working since, I think, it was Precipice. I think I did something with Danny before Precipice. Yes, I did. It was Intelligent Night. So Intelligent Night was the first time me and Danny worked. And again, I had everything I already have. That's part of the thing. Again, and stuff, a lot of this is just me coming up. I love art. I love, certain things I have in mind already. And I just keep it and hold on to it, take a picture of it, try to look it up, try to get the definition of it, stuff like that. So, that was the first thing that me and Danny worked on. And Danny was he hit my eye because all of the great artwork that he was doing, you know what I'm saying? He's got it's all of this shit is just dope. And like I said, I don't know if I know a lot of it is his eyes because he does proof of concept. But I don't know, like I said, with me working with the artists and what they want. But Danny's just incredible, man, from Britain. He's just so dope. And I had that picture of the Moorish horseman. And it was in black and white. And I just Danny, I want to try to put this. He was like, hold on, I got it. And he was like, we can do the math. He said, well, what's the name of that? I said, Intelligent Night. He was like, you got it. He said, I got it. So that's when he started to add all the math symbols. He said, I'm going to put some flowers here like this. Because Intelligent Night was, of course, Black Knight and .com Intelligence. So Intelligent Night.
His work is amazing.
Yeah, so Danny is just, really dope. But yeah, with that, it was really simple. That was the easiest cover that I ever did. And it was funny because it hit just like that. If you didn't, what it is. Anybody that knows James Baldwin knows what it is, So, yeah, man, definitely. I just was it's just, I went forward and then just got it done. I love the cover. I love that cover. That was really, I felt really good, even though I know somebody, I think somebody hit me up and said, Rex did the same title. He didn't do the cover, but he did the same title, I'm Not Your Negro or something like that. So I was like, Rex from Boston? He was like, yeah. In fact, Clip told me. Clip said it. He's like, somebody already did that. I was like, yeah, but they don't have to cover. They don't have to cover. No one's done that cover yet. Yeah. So, great minds think alike too. So sometimes you can't get mad. Sometimes you'd be like, oh man, really? But that's part of the game. That's part of the game.
When there's a similarity like that, you just gotta keep going with it because they're not gonna have the same exact vision that you have.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Definitely facts. But yeah, man. I'm very proud of the work. I tried to make it really concise. Like I said, every album's different. Every album's different. I try to just always kind of keep the same thing going. Try not to do the same thing twice, but the meaning is stuff that's, from my perspective, I'm always, again, I came up with Chuck and Chris. So my mindset is completely about I'm rapping. I want to rap because Kane is God and everything else, Cool G, but the message is always there. And sometimes I don't want to try to come off preachy, but I try to just put it in a thing where if I can get you with the hook, if I can get you with the hook, if the hook can make you repeat, you know what I'm saying? That's all that matters because you eventually will catch it. Because that's how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? You hear the lyric, you be like, what the hell is he saying? And then you have to look or read or find out, and it's oh, that's what the nigga's saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what the God is saying. That's what I came from. You know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be listenable, but it's supposed to make you think and try to like pull out something else. But like, did he say that? A lot of people told me put my lyrics, like write out my lyrics, which I need to start doing. But I think I'm clear enough. But my voice is deep, so sometimes I fall in the bass, which I always work on doing that. Speaking of which, I know I'm rambling, but
no, you're not rambling.
I'll give shout outs to me because like I mixed that myself. I mixed a couple of albums myself, but like I mixed this one myself. So I was like, yes, I haven't mixed myself. Well, no, I did Path of Obsidian. I mixed that one myself. Sid did Shift.
Yeah.
Sid did Shift. And of course, well, you know what? Oh yeah, Sid did Shift. Timepiece did Precipice. Before Time got like locked up because everybody found out how good Timepiece was. Because his mixing is incredible. But yeah, I did I'm Not Your Negro, and I think it came out well. I kept doing passes on it. Like now when I hear it, it's funny because I've heard it so much because I was trying to like really make sure that I didn't fall in the bass and like stay there and make sure that it sounded right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, man, I'm Not Your Negro is exactly what it is. The real funny original super legend who hopefully one day I can work with. We need to do an album together because that shit that he just did with my man is so dope. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind is racing. But Akeem. How can I forget Akeem? Because Akeem is the god. Akeem is the god. But him and Akeem and Shu have that Black Rabbit album, whatever. That shit is amazing. That shit is amazing. Of course, he, is always when you're working with Vic, because Vic is like he chains stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, original super legend. That first beat he gave me back some time ago, and he always has. He was like, I mean, this was back in the day because I worked with original super legend back when I was doing my earlier Swag Golly Hard Body series. And he gave me that track. That track is that old. And he was like, are you ever going to use that? That's one of my favorite beats. I know you'll sound good over that. And I couldn't figure out how to do it. Until I started formulating I'm Not Your Negro. That's where the song came from. And he was like, yes, you finally used the beat. Son, you finally used the beat. So yeah. But I really would love to work with him again because like he gave me a couple of tracks that I used, and then he had that one. And yeah, man. Original Super Legend is like the dopest. That's like on my bucket list, maybe for 25. I have to finish what I start here, but I talked to him on Instagram.
Nice.
He's like, yo, this shit is dope. This shit is so dope. And I was like, yeah, man. So whenever if I can get him, because like I said, I'm so happy for him. He went with Big Spence overseas. That's just like, that was dope. So yeah, man. But that shit that he did with Akeem, because like Akeem is, I tell everybody, Akeem is the truth. Like Akeem and Shu from Chicago is the truth. That's my man. He's really dope. He's really good peoples, and he's really talented. So, he's always just like, yo, because he was on Shift Paradigm, and he was just like, man, I kind of had a rapport with him, so I was blessed. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm gonna get to it, but I got a lot of irons in the fire because he's doing some other things with clothing and stuff of that nature, which is great. I'm happy for him and stuff like that. So he said, I got you. So I really want to get you on that song. So he's like, yeah, man, I got it. Just hold on. I'll get to it. But yeah, King is the man. You know what I'm saying? So
that's dope. Yeah. Original super legend. There's nothing that he puts out that I don't like.
I know. I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. So Yeah, man. I'm just like
And
really, I
he,
just,
he's worked with, like you said, Akeem and Vic Spencer. Also Sleep Sinatra.
yep, Sleep. And Sleep is the other one. Sleep is the guy too. Sleep is so dope. Sleep is my man. Like Sleep is so cool. Like he's one of the good ones, man. He's one of the good ones. Like for real. I don't try to put myself, the people that I work with, not only I know you're dope, but I try to like make sure that you're good peoples, like Dango Lane, which I'm happy all the success that's going on with him. Like
Yes.
Dango, I try to reach out there and keep the rapport with the people that are there. Because Dango is there, Sleep is there, Akeem is there. You know, like I work with you because I really enjoy your talent, but like just talking to him and stuff, just like, you know, just like some straight, even though the business is there, on some straight, just being good people. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing, man. That's a big thing.
Plus,
so, you know, and you know, everybody has their own cliques and stuff, but I just like to be able to, you know, people that relate on a common level. You know, after the business is done, I can still talk to you just to talk.
You're right about that.
Yeah, man. So
you were talking about the importance before of sequencing with tracks.
Yeah.
Let's break that down for the
yes, sir. Yes. So you know, when doing the album, I knew for a fact that when I finally got that track with I'm Not Your Negro, that intro track, and I took and put the sample of, you know, put the sample in there, I kind of knew how it was going to go. The other tracks kind of fell into place, you know. I knew I wanted to end with Time, and Time was the produced beat that I had, that I did, and this, you know, it was there. Because I do production too. I had to do it, you know, at first when you start, you have to do it. So I've been involved with a lot of stuff, but it was a beat that I had for a minute. Again, Time is one of those beats I had for a minute, and I was sitting on it, and I was just trying to figure out how it goes. But I knew that it would fit the album, so I knew that was going to be the ender. The thing was just getting the other songs together. So just trying to find out, and like I said, meeting up with the cast, Them Flood, another DC, Maryland native, who I found out from Backwoods Sweetie, listening to them, their Synergy album. I hit Them Flood up because he was highly dope. And just talking to him, it was just really dope. So he gave me Heaven's Door, which I'm trying to shoot a video for initially, because that was when it really clicked. Heaven's Door was like, okay, I know I got something. I got I'm Not Your Negro. I know I'm going to do something with Time at the end, because that's how I wanted it to end. And then it was like trying to get the other songs. So like how I sequenced it, how it went from Stop Fucking Talking, which I think is the, I don't have their track listing in front of me right now. But yeah, I kind of knew Stop Fucking Talking had Mike on there, Mike G, the writer. And that's June. June, and he's he's initially from Carolina, but he's in New York. He's just a dope producer. Like, he's one of those ones with his whole clique and stuff is really there. And he's highly talented. I got some more heat from him. And like, you know, I mean, June was really about it. Like when I got with him, June was like in a bad way. And he's just like, yo, man, I'm like making these, like he had beat sales going on, but he's really talented. He was just like, yo, I need to pay for this. So he was like, yo, anybody trying to tap in. You know what I'm saying? And he was just hustling. But like he gave me the Stop Fucking Talking beat, and he has another beat that I have that's even better than that. That's going to be on something that I'm working with. Probably when I get the Clipto thing done. But yeah, man. It's just a matter of just listening to the tracks. Once I write them, listening to them, sometimes I know where they're going to go. I know I Do Not Consent was one of the stronger songs, so I was definitely going to put that near the end because it just, the way it hit, it was there. Orchestra, that was like a middle of the road song, so I was just rhyming my ass off on that. But the beat was really hard, you know what I'm saying? And it was just there. just try to keep something going on that has a theme, then a rhyme song, theme, rhyme song, theme, rhyme song, theme, 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 theme. I've found out through my life listening to music, if you have a beginning, middle, and end, if you can master that, you can get a classic, or it can be replayable. All the great albums have a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
That's the dealing with the sequencing. Every album that you know of currently is like in the current. Let's not even talk about Golden Era, but in the current time, Kendrick's album, Good Kid, Mad City, had a beginning, middle, and end. Again, Kendrick did it 3 times. All of his albums had a beginning, middle, and end. YG's album followed Kendrick's album. His first album, YG's album, had a beginning, middle, and end. Lauryn Hill's album had a beginning, middle, and end. Of course, even though shit's going on with Diddy, Ready to Die truly had a beginning, middle, and end. He killed himself at the end. As much as I always say that it was the turn of the downfall of rap, I say this personally, the Niggas for Life album had a beginning, middle, and end. But the Niggas for Life album, I tell everybody, that was the shift. I knew something was up with that. I'm not going to rap too long, but we can go into the history of it. But when I saw them dead, I tell everybody, like, yo, you don't even pay attention to that. But like, that album was so nihilistic. Even Straight Outta Compton had a little bit of hope. Like, after the days of way back, you know what I'm saying? Approach the motherfucking danger and all that. Like, it was just like really nihilistic. That was the start. That's when all because they were so big and they had so many minds, and when money got involved with Dre and them, just went for a shock value. But that's neither here nor there. But I just it had a beginning, middle, and end. Like, there's nothing that the days of way back is a great ender song. You know what I'm saying? Then they used the LL Cool J thing in the background. You didn't think we could do another album. That shit was astronomical. Death Certificate had a beginning, middle, and end. Like I said, Lauryn Hill, I said that again. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill had a beginning, middle, and end. So that's where you want to try to get to. If you can really get a strong beginning, middle, and end, you can make a classic. I'm trying to do that. I think the closest I did was Precipice, because I love what's a cipher rhyming. I thought that was really dope. You know what I'm saying? As a beginner song, even though August didn't like it, but I thought that was a great beginner song, and I love the end, the Ascension, Crown Me. I think that was great as I ended the album. And of course, I had all the middle songs. I had Where Do I Go and Alerted. So I thought that shit was like, I thought I had a beginning, middle, and end. I think Precipice is like really my strongest album. That's just personally. What
about what about Villainous?
Wow, I didn't think you were gonna go back that far. I love Villainous. Yo, even though I spelled it wrong. Y'all don't know that though. Oh yeah, I spelled it wrong. I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it on purpose. But yeah, Villainous, I can't find Viles anywhere. I don't know where he went. I don't know where that producer went. I remember rapping to him on Twitter, and like I talked to him like texting, and then he just disappeared. But yeah, Villainous was great. I love Villainous. That's personally one of my favorite ones, because that was when I did a story. I did some things on that one. I was just like, yeah, I think that's like one of my hardest albums. I love that album. Wow. You hit that. Wiggy, you the man all the time. All the time. Yeah, that one was really good. That one was really good too.
Now, which track did rest in peace did that Blessed Girl produce?
That Blessed Girl did 2. They did Myth, and it did Myth and Diop. Sheikh Diop. Yeah, Diop. And again, let me just talk about Sharika really quick. She was really dope, and
Yes, indeed.
she was such a cool girl, man. You know, I met her when she was working with Homeboy. They did the Blackball album from Niagara. Yes. And I like, I've heard that album and I wanted to just hit her up, but she was always on Twitter trying to ask questions and learn. She was always talking about because on Twitter, I would just follow her. Mm-hmm. And she was always just like, she just seemed cool. Like she was like, yeah, I'm doing this. And she loved In Vogue and like she was flipping beats and stuff of that nature. And I just asked to like work with her. Again, those tracks were old. I was supposed to do an EP with her. And I still have some other songs, but when she passed, I really I was on the fence about it. I didn't know how should I, because I did that. Actually, Diop came up as a single, and I wrote a big blurb on it in my Bandcamp thing, because she got to hear Diop before she passed. She was just like, "Yo, this is great," but she didn't tell me how sick she was. And when she happened to pass, like I said, I was supposed to do like a 6-song EP with her. So 2 of the songs came out. I still have the other ones floating around. You know what I'm saying? But Sharika was like, that blessed girl she was just like, when I talked to her, 'cause I talked to her one time, other than that texting her, but I talked to her one time and she was just so cool. Yeah. But yeah, she just kind of like, she really did not let people know about what was going on with her, and I didn't know it was that terminal. Sometimes she would be on Twitter talking about it, but, when I spoke to her, she was just up and bright, and I think her health was just doing well at that time, maybe. Maybe, again, she was just putting on, just the brave thing, but yeah, man. But yeah, she did Diop and Myth on there, and like I said, she didn't get to hear Myth because I was finishing up the last verse on Myth. And she passed at that time. But I did Diop some time ago. And yeah, she heard that. She was like, yo, this is hard. I was like, she said, yeah, I knew it. I was going to give you this beat. This beat is like, this fits you. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she was definitely well on her way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's just a sponge. And lo and behold, like she would ask questions. I remember her talking about how she asked the standouts. Those guys are so fucking dope. I gotta just get my bread up for them because they worth every penny. But standouts, so it's like that's another thing. That's on my bucket list. I got some people on my bucket list that I really would love to work with. I love the standouts. They are so good. They're so good. But yeah, she was talking about how like they would give her pointers and how to chop NFL and everything of that nature. Yeah, man, it's like some real dope shit. But yeah, Sharika was a great talent, man. She was really a great talent. Like her and Jamal Gasol, like because Jamal was working with her heavy, and yeah, so yeah, that Blackball thing was really good. And I can imagine how she would have really like if she did a full length with them, how that would have sounded. So. Yeah. Yeah.
What's one?
What'd you say?
No, I was gonna say on the new album. What's one of the albums that you happen to go to the most?
What song?
Yeah, what song?
It goes between the I Do Not Consent. The tail end. I Do Not Consent. Heaven's Door and Time. Like, cause Time is just so Time is so groovy. Like I'm proud of myself when I did that beat. But Time is so groovy, and then what I'm saying, it goes back to how like it has a swing to it. It has a swing to it, but like the last couple of songs, like I said, Heaven's Door, because them flood those horns that kind of reminds me of like the Pete Rock era. Where Pete was just using the horns forever, but that sample that Dem Flood did, and then like I Do Not Consent, just for the fact that I really like what I did with it, how that beat flipped, how that beat went, and how I was doing the beat in the pocket that I was in. like I said, I was channeling Future, but Future saying something in my eyes instead of petty stuff and about what girl I can hit. Um, even though that Future song does rock for Kendrick and Metro, but yeah, Future is the same thing. It's never no different thing. But yeah, I did not consent. I did not consent Heaven's Door and Time. Those are the ones I always go back to. I love Diop for the concept. Diop is really dope. Like I love, again, making people realize and try to go back to find out what Diop means and who Diop is, who Sheikh Diop is. That was a purposeful thing. So, orchestra is dope. Like I said, I've listened to it so much, but like the songs that I go back to me that are technically are the strongest are like Heaven's Door, Time, and I Did Not Consent. Because those were the songs that kind of like, they're really, really strong. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that the other ones are strong, but it's just like, I'm Not Your Negro. That beat is it's like an underground head. It's dope as hell because it's like a chant. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those loop chants. It's just something that's off about it, but it's really dope. Like only real heads will know what that is. You know what I'm saying? I love the beat of orchestra. Let me just say this: 1 a.m. He is a producer that I met on Twitter, and 1 a.m. is really dope. He gave me that beat. He did a couple of beats off of Path of Obsidian Way. Just him hearing me, I was on Twitter and he was just like, yo, anybody got any, acapellas? And I was like, I'll send you some acapellas, see what you can do with it. And he was just like, yo, I couldn't really get with all of them. I just did one. How does this sound? And that's how we started. That's how the rapport started. So, yeah, but 1 a.m. was really dope. Like I said, let me just say this. The other song, I forgot, Stark Raven Mad. I'll be remiss. Like, I have to give props to everybody that's on there. Stark Raven Mad is done by Mammon. I'm not going to say his real name, but, like, he's really dope. He does a little bit of everything. He's more so death heavy metal.
Oh, okay.
But he does hip hop. He Mammon, and it's this kid named Crown of Thorns, man. Yo, they have a dope, incredible EP. You know what I'm saying? And like they're out in like Pennsylvania, like Appalachia, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wouldn't say like Eminem, but you know what I'm saying? But like Crown of Thorns can rap his ass off. I was like, it's all about someone improving. And like, he's very original with what he's talking about and where he's going and what he's really dope. So like, Mammon is like, yeah, man, he's got some dope shit. And, I reached out to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard the Crown of Thorns, I heard their EP together. You know what I'm saying? Just on a humble on Twitter. I was like, what's this? And if, people that know me know that I listen to everything. I do like death metal. I got turned on to death metal when I was back in the day working at Walmart. And I ended up beating this guy named Chris. And Chris didn't know about Company Flow and I didn't know about Cannibal Corpse. So we traded. And he was like, what is this? And I was like, what is this? And then we kept listening to it. And I was like, I don't like the lyrics, but I'm starting to get it. He was like, yo, I'm starting to get this. We both ended up like exchanging. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He was white kid, long hair, listened to all type, and he got me into the whole thing of listening to metal. Like, he took me to the extreme level first. And then I came back and started listening to like Mastodon, who I love. I play Mastodon. Everybody, my wife knows around the house. She's like, oh God, you're playing Mastodon again. I play Mastodon forever. But I started on like doggone Cannibal Corpse, which is like heavy. Like, da, 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 you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And then from there, Black Dahlia Murder, all of the heavy bands I started listening to. And then from there, I went backwards. I knew about Sabbath and knew about Zeppelin because in hip hop, you always listen to breaks, and they have the breaks. A lot of the breaks are used. You know what I'm saying? When you find out certain things like, Dylan used that Black Sabbath break for this. I'm not going to say the song, but you'd be like, what? Black Sabbath? You know, and then you start listening to everything. But like, I went to the deep end. And like I said, this is when Company Flow just dropped. Fun Crusher Plus just dropped. So I had the tape, not the 12-inch, even though I wish I had that 12-inch. I do have the EP with Simeon Drugs in vinyl, but I wish I had the original Fun Crusher Plus. But yeah, well, I had the tape, and we just traded. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that went. And he was just like, I gave him my Fun Crusher Plus tape. He gave me the Cannibal Corpse, the Vow CD, and my ears were assaulted. But then after that, I was kind of like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So it just opened me up to different things. So bringing it back to Mammon, when I was listening to him, I was wild because I was on his Twitter page and I was like, hold on, this is metal. But yeah, he does hip hop too. Like, he does it all. Like, he plays guitar. He's multi-talented. So I was just like, oh, wow. So I reached out to him and he gave me Stark Raven Mad. And, you know, he heard me when I finally played it back. He was like, I'm at the gym. I'm at the gym working out to this, man. This shit is dope. You know, so yeah. I'm just, like I said, I'm just fortunate enough. And he gave me some heat. Like, that's a whole nother thing. Like, I told him I got some other stuff going on, but I'm gonna try to do something with him and Crown. As you know, right now Crown's he's in a death metal band too. He raps his ass off, but you know, his income is touring at a in a metal band.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's like, you never know. You never know. You never know. And again, it's all about being pure with the music. As long as you're pure with whatever, as long as you're pure with your intent, it always comes across. People, you can tell people that are not pure with it. You know what I'm saying? That's always the case. You always should judge a person by their intent and their character. You know? And if those two are in effect, even though you may be different or whatever, you know, eventually you can come to a common ground. You may not see eye to eye. Your perception may be different, but you have that respect for what the person is trying to bring because it comes from a pure place.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't hide it forever.
Yep. That's true. That's facts. That's definitely facts.
The producer from Little Rock. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Jocks, right?
Yeah, boy. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Shocks. No, but Corden Shocks. Even though his name is, I think his first name is Jordan. But anyway, Corden Shocks. Yeah, man. He's on, I'm telling everybody, he got that swing. Yo, from Little Rock. I'm glad he's starting to get some shows. You know what I'm saying? So, because the beat shows, it's like Little Rock is like, he was saying like it's dead, but they're building. But yeah, he's so dope. He's really dope. Like, yeah, man. I heard this stuff. He was on Path of the Obsidian Way, and then from there, I just reached out to him again. He really just has that swing. He has that bop. His stuff really just has a bop to it. You know, it's just good shit. Like, it's not the hard shit. You know what I'm saying? I kind of know where I can go, and like I said, a real MC can rap off anything, but he definitely has that bop. Like, he just has it. That groove is there. That groove is there. He's definitely a disciple of Dilla. I mean, everybody is, but most of the people with the groove, they're following Dilla's footsteps, and he has that groove. You know.
I got to give a shout out to Charm Wizard out of Canada. He actually put me on to Jordan Jocks, probably I would say 2021 or 2022, somewhere around there.
There you go. Yeah, man. Like I said, when I found out, I was just like, yo, I gotta get up with him. That's Chong, man. That's dope, man. I would like, hopefully, where I can get on Chong's radar. Maybe I can get on one of those great compilations that he has. You know what I'm saying? With everybody on there. But yeah, man, Chong is dope, man. I always am impressed by Chong because I got with them. Found out about Chong Wizard from Machine Killers. I don't know if you know about Phoenix Jones and Danny Arcade. But Chong back in the day did this tape back in the mixtape era called Machine Killers. He presented Danny Arcade and Phoenix Jones. They're from Cleveland. That joint was rock. I still pump it to this day. Ask Chong about. I mean, you probably know about it, but I'm just saying because you know everything. But yeah, man, he presented that. You know how like Mick Boogie did certain things, but he put that out. Like they had the songs recorded, and then he kind of like got it out there. But yeah, Machine Killers, man. I wonder. I know Donnie Arcade's still doing music, but I haven't seen Phoenix Jones in a while. But they were from Cleveland, and LT Mo produced that shit. And this is before LT-Mo started doing the shit with Ludacris and blew up. You know what I'm saying? Going more mainstream, but he is dope as hell. In fact, LT-Mo did some shit for Ghostface, if I'm not mistaken, when Ghostface did that poetry album, Land of Oz or Land of Ghostface or something like that. That one that we looked at like, what's Ghost doing? But Ghost wanted to do it. Yeah, man, but that shit, I love that. That's like one of those from the mixtape era that I still listen to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely a big thing. Like the Machine Killers and Chong Wizard was the DJ that presented that. So, of course, he's done all of this stuff with the Marvel things that were highly dope, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, man, I just hopefully maybe one day can get on the radar and possibly get on a track or something of that nature. It'd be a blessing. It'd be a blessing.
That would be interesting. Yeah, he's about to drop that next album with Zilla Rocky.
Exactly. Shout out to Zilla. Zilla and Zilla gave me a lot of information. I ended up they were running something about requesting services if you want to know how things work because of the whole crew with Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
And I got up with Zilla and gosh, oh man, he gonna kill me because he always the one to he don't like my name. What's my man? I said it back before. He's like .com Intelligence. I hate that name, V. I hate it. He a fellow Pisces like me too. He's part of Shrapnel. Can't think of it. And he had that album, Lil Robert Hutton, which was incredible. I can't think of it. Oh, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me. Him and Zilla. Yeah, Curly Castro. Yep, Curly was like, "Yo, B, your name is too damn long." Yeah, but anyway, other than the name, Zilla and Curly, I asked for. They were giving advice and for services and stuff with things that they did, and I had a rapport with them. I talked to them a couple of times for services just to get help. You know what I'm saying? And they were just like, "Yeah, this, and this," and I've been trying to put it into motion because they've been doing that longer than I have. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy for Wrecking Crew. Like Zilla's a good guy. Curly's a good guy too. Even though he like bust balls, but Curly is a good guy. I'm just happy that everything that happened with him in that album like when he got signed to Backwoods, they did the Little Robert Hutton album, which was like incredible. Like and Castro was incredible too. The Fidel album. The album was great too. But yeah, man, just happy for his success. Happy for Shrapnel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the Wrecking Crew in general. I reached out to Small Professor back some time ago. It's just that, like I said, it's just a matter of having the budget together. But I didn't know Small knew me. He's like, I've heard you. You dope. And I was like, what? So I'm like, huh? What? You? He's like, yeah, man. He said, yo, I'm down whenever you're down. So, and Zilla's very dope too. I want to try to like eventually do something with Zilla. Like I said, the advice that he gave me was very good. He's a good guy. That's great.
So, that is great. learning more about the business. You know, you network with the right people. Trust me, it's more than
Yeah,
just a good year of production.
man. Like I said, I try to make myself of service and worth your time. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to I try to make it worth the time. Because it's time that you're investing in. I'll tell everybody when I'm first approaching them, like, yo, take a listen to me. You get time, take a listen to me because you may think I'm whack. And if that's the case, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But at least like find out, I'm asking because I really enjoy your work, but am I worthy of your work to work back with me? So that's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because believe me, there's been some that haven't got on the bandwagon and don't like what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not in the circle as of yet. Even now, I'm still not in the circle. So it's like, God, what? You know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've learned that no one cares. Work harder. No one cares. No one cares. So just do you, you know. Me being older, like I said, I ended up restarting and doing this again. So it's like my time it's eternal, but it's limited. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to go into another zone, and I'm not going to be. I feel like I want to be like Chris and be like rapping till I'm motherfucking 60, but I don't know. Like, realistically, I don't know. It's possible because Jay and them are doing it, and Kai's doing it, and they're like my age or older than me. But yeah, man, I just like I said, there seems like it's a time frame, but I don't know if that's my own perception. Because as long as you're confident enough and you can still do quality music, I think that it'll work. Because only hip hop does ageism, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Now, before we go into the visuals for Adam, tell us what made you pick that track from an album that came out a few years ago, as opposed to something from I Am Not Your Negro.
Yeah, so before I Am Not Your Negro was done, while I was still working on it, I got some good info again from Zilla. Back when I did Purpose and had that album, he said, Adam's your strongest song. He said, Adam is your strongest song. He said, Adam is your strongest song. So he said, you should always, even though it's old, you should always go back and work on that. Like, you should try to do a video if you can, do something for that. He was just like, yeah, your other hip hop stuff is dope, but Adam's your strongest song. So that always stuck. It was like, that's the strongest song. That's what I listen to. And I'm not even a fan of that type of style, but it's just your strongest song. It's catchy. It's just one of the ones there. And then, even though when Zilla said it, but I went back to Big Stowe, on the internet and on Twitter, and Stowe's just like, yo, they don't know that it's old. People probably not even paying attention to you. They don't know that it's old. You don't know that they're not, that's the first time seeing it or hearing you. So I do have some strong songs on different albums. It's like, why not do the video? Fuck it. I mean, now I'm starting to see it because Juvenile just released 400 Degrees.
I saw that.
I was like, yo, hold on. So it's like, yeah, man, there's no set date on music, especially if no one's heard of you and that's the first time hearing you. So I was like, oh, okay. That means I can go back and do something from Villainous, or go back and do something with Swag Alley about it. If it's a strong song, make a video for it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm working on trying to get Heaven's Door. That's the next video I want to do. I want to do a video for Heaven's Door. That's in the works. But yeah, man, I did Adam because it was always the strongest song. It was really catchy. It was the trappiest song that was there. I know most people, even though they may not know what I'm saying, because I'm saying a lot and I got a lot of deep shit in there. Adam is a deep song, but it's in a simple song. It's in a simple style. So, Yeah, man. I just like, fuck it, let's just do the video. I got with Tony shot me. He was like, yo, man, we gonna knock this out. He said, I got the perfect place. I was like, I don't really have a budget. He's like, you don't need a budget. Let's just knock this out. Shit is dope. He was like, all right. So, yeah,
All right, let's get into it. Adam,
man.
off the album Purpose.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, the plug in the socket we be. First of the tree, we make these niggas see. Yeah. I'm the first in this plot. A focus dot is adding my B in this spot. Creating foundation of time. I'm serving you times with knowledge that you never thought. I'm the first in this plot. A focus dot is adding my B in this spot. Creating foundation of time. I'm serving you times with knowledge that you never thought. This black man is God in the spot. Nigga, my never in thought. You get your dumb ass stomped. Not to come up in your heart. Directing the start of the ending is just what you want. Triumph the goal that I flaunt. Unaffected by the devil's taunts. These serpents don't know what I want, but I do. You live with my queen, making the legacy that haunts clearly. By fucking and fucking up the deadly charge. You know the version, not the proactive response. This is the renaissance of the point in the color we do reside in death. Swimming with hungry sharks, making him down on a little run. Naturally born to kill, angry predators. These Indian suckers are come, yeah, suckers are come. I'm the first in this plot. A focus dot is adding my B in this spot. Creating foundation of time. I'm serving you times with knowledge that you never thought. I'm the first in this plot. A focus dot is adding my B in this spot. Creating foundation of time. I'm serving you times with knowledge that you never thought. Mission to raise back to selling from what has been given. I'm tiredly stuck in prison. I'm incantation. Is spitting, boom, the dead and the living. Silence be blessing, worship vibration is hitting. Pure proof tradition, African mission, melanated in the vision, lyrical libation being poured out and written. So to the devil's mentality of never tripping. Doing what's in my blood, the mission. Some of the red earth that's been risen. Teaching instruction to children, men and women. Giving cognition to war and eating. Saying tactician and driven. So I will never be stricken with the mindset of no provision. When Lucy comes, there's no division. To my mother and father, I'm always listening. Hey, yeah, always listening. I'm the first in this plot. A focus dot is adding my B in this spot. Creating foundation of time. I'm serving you times with knowledge that you never thought. I'm the first in this plot. A focus dot is adding my B in this spot. Creating foundation of time. I'm serving you times with knowledge that you never thought.
Yeah, man. So that was the thing. I said attack it that way. Always the trap, do the intelligent trap song. Do the song that's really simple. They can sing the hook. Okay, they can sing the hook. They can follow the song. Because you know what's so funny is I played at, like sometimes you want to, like, underground stuff. People play your music and stuff like that. And they be like, who's this and all that. I played Adam, right? And this was so funny because they were like, the song is so dope. I don't know what the fuck he's saying. All these sugar guys like, I don't know what the fuck he's saying. But the song is incredible. He's like, yo, we need to like put this in rotation. Put this in rotation. It was some underground station in LA, and they had people typing in like, "Yo, this shit is great," but I don't know what he's saying. What the heck? So I was like, "All right, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it."
And I can give you a lot of credit because you put the song together well, and you mentioned before about doing this more and more. This is a lot of the style of music that you hear from the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, as an older man, you know how it is now. They're complaining about this music. So here you are able to conquer that with their style.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just putting it into practice. I was always thinking about it because I was like, yo, I know I can do this. I can rhyme. Like, I know I can do this. I just like, how can I make it where I can put the concept and the intelligence, i.e. my name, into it? So I've been really trying to come up with ways of figuring out how to do it. If I get the right track, I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when it is trappy. I really have to listen for it because a lot of it, I have to be able to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I'm mumbling it, I have to hear it. It's like a certain sound. I know it when I hear it. You know what I'm saying? I know it when I hear it where I can kind of like, okay, I can do the quote unquote Amigos pocket or the pocket that everyone's doing it in and kind of make it make sense. So that's what I look for. Like I said, I always now am looking for it now. I want to rhyme, but I've like got to try to do a song like that. The goal is trying to maybe find a producer that I can really click in and maybe do a whole like trappy EP. I wish the guy that did Adam, who is Ray is part of the Clientele Gang. I wish that I lost track of Ray. Again, I'm going to throw this back out there. When I did Clientele Gang, I was the oldest out of the bunch. I was teaching a lot of these guys how to get into hip-hop culture. This is before digital. We were still digging, even though digital was still there. Mixtape era. Ray was the youngest of the bunch. All right? Ray learned FL Studio. He was really dope. Ray was out in the streets, though, heavy. He was the heaviest one. The youngest one was the knucklehead that was out there. So I used to always get Ray and take him, you know what I'm saying? But he always had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But Ray was like, you know, hey, G, I've got something for you. He would always hit me up with something. And he'd be like, I know it may not be your speed, man, but I just want to see you do this. Because he was trying to do it all. Like, he loved Kanye when Kanye was Kanye at the time. So, like, Graduation Kanye, Late Registration Kanye, he was doing that. But, of course, he was doing the new sound that was there. Now, from what I know, talking to Jamal the Great, my cousin, Ray, I don't know if he's moved. He was just kind of in a weird way. He was kind of in a weird way because he was still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? I hope that he's doing well. I don't have his number. Jamal doesn't have his number. Most of all the other guys from Clientele, I still keep in track of, or I know what's going on with. You know, 2 of them, one is my brother, the other one was my cousin. But like the other guys were Jamal's friends. And, you know, we kind of keep track, but Ray is the one that we don't have. Ray gave me that beat and I knew that it was fire. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, this is for you, OG. I know you can do something with it. I know you would call me OG back then. I was like, yo, man, because I was still older than all of them. But he's like, I know you can do something with it. I know how dope this is. Then he started hanging around a lot of the DC cats who eventually moved and other things like, you know, but he was around the DC cats that were doing music. But of course, you know, like a lot of them kind of like are still doing it. Some of them fell off. Some of them have moved out the area. Like, you know, Fat Trell's still trying to get himself together, but he was really big at one point in time. And he, you know, he blew the MMG deal. Anyway, he was messing with a lot of DC cats. A lot of shit was still popping off at that time too. Like, you know, shit was still rough and shit was people were getting killed. It was still like, and he was hanging with those guys. So I don't know what happened with Ray. But that song was just like, as soon as I heard it, I came up with the hook. Then I was like, how am I going to make this shit work? But like I said, that was dealing with the Purpose album. But yeah, I've always loved that song. I think it's the most accessible song. I think that it checks all boxes, like you said. An older head can hear it and be like, yo, the guy been spitting. And then someone younger can be like, I like the flow on it. I like the beat. So, you know, and that's, I think if you can do it, I think that, like I said, if you're an MC, you should be able to work on the younger style, quote unquote. Like, if you're an MC, you should be able to rock anything. You should be able to do it all. You know, there's that one episode where they gave Ludacris that fucked up beat in like what was it, like Punk or something like that?
Something like that.
And he still rocked it, even though the beat was horrible, but he found the pocket and rocked it. That's what you should be doing. So you should be like, I'll study it. I listen to the Amigos. I listen to Skipper the Flipper. I listen to some of these younger cats. Trying to find how to do it. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Rico Nasty was with Jamal when he was recording her. before she blew up, and they were doing the screamo rap. So I listened to all of that, and just try to like use that shit. You know what I'm saying? I try to use that shit. I've been rhyming for a while, so it's like, there's certain things I'm not great at, but there's certain things I know I can competently do. I'm not Vega the Ronin, who kind of makes me second guess myself, or Lupe or Cambada, where you just listen, you're like, oh God, that's like, yo, God damn, you know what I'm saying? But I can hang. I can definitely hang. I'm not on their level, but I can hang.
I mean,
kind of like how when Common went up against Cannabis on the song, and he hung with Cannabis, and Cannabis was feared, and people were like, "Oh my God, why does Common have Cannabis on his album?" But Common was there. He didn't get blown off his own track.
It's true. Yeah.
He didn't get blown off his own track. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah.
As long as you have your own style,
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be. Have to be the best. You don't have to be Lyrical Miracle. If you can ride the beat, I always say, the group home are horrible rappers, but Premier's best beats, and that's what makes a Living Proof a classic album. Fuck what you heard. Premier's best beats ever was on Living Proof. And he gave it to Dap and Malachi, who were not the best technical rappers at all. But the album rocks forever.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just my personal bias. I know people out there like, just rapping. Yeah, that's my personal bias. I mean, I can always go back to the Group Home album. I tell everybody, no, Premier, when he did Superstar, nothing beating Superstar. Nothing beating Superstar and Living Proof and, Up Against the Wall, Getaway Remix. Like, that shit was just like, I was like, what is he on? Mm-hmm. Like, that's when he was at the peak of his powers. But, yeah.
And that's why people still get mad that they rhymed over them.
I know. I know. He knew it, though. That's why he gave him the best beats. He knew it. And I don't know if he mentioned about the Group Home. If you ever go back and, Premier does those things about the samples and how he talks about the song, how like Malachi and Dap, like especially Malachi, the Nutcracker, how he was boxing and he was getting in trouble, and they had to Premier had to keep him under his watch, so he gave them that to keep him. Yeah, so yeah, he knew what he was doing.
But that was the thing. That is the thing about Primo that I like. He knows how the environment is, and if he sees some type of talent, he tries his best to keep them occupied, not on the streets.
That's what you should do. I mean, that's the whole purpose. That's what it's for. My brother's keeper. Real talk.
Yeah,
real talk. So
yeah. If James Baldwin was alive right now, what would be? How would you pick his brain?
Well, you know what? I would love to just hear him. Like, it'd be wild to hear his conversation now, because in certain ways, it's worse. You know what I'm saying? In certain ways, it's worse. It's one of those things where Wiki. A lot of progress has been made, but not a lot of progress has been made. It's more so like when us melanated people dealt with stuff, the constant imminent threat that was there in front of our faces. When Baldwin was alive, he was dealing with a situation that I would never know, but my mom knew about whites only and sundown town rules and all of that crazy shit that still is going on. But the thing is, now everything is covert. And now everything has been co-opted because, again, hip-hop culture makes money and it is ingrained in American culture. But the culture of the United States has always been not only classist, racist, and capitalistic. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's in ways it's worse because now there's nobody that has a purpose. Everybody is lying.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody is lying, and most of us that we have fell into the trap of, since we've got it, we don't want to give back because we have too many things tied up with the power structure. So we're afraid of making a noise or speaking out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing with how, like, and I don't mean to get political, but the thing with Palestine, everyone knows what's going on, but Jewish money is in all media. So if you say it, you are running the risk of getting certain things cut. How they try to jump on Dave Chappelle about certain things is very important now. A lot of people just want to kind of keep the power structure because there's so many people. Like, if I jump out the window, there's not going to be anyone there because we are all programmed for money and shit. I just look at it as this. Baldwin would be upset because you got a fucking criminal that was racist and that was already playing to whatever structure he was trying to get. We let him, hip hop let him in the doors. He was in the hallways. We had Trump at all the parties and functions.
Yeah.
And he just was talking about trying to, before we got him into the parties and function, he was doing the whole thing about the five with the judgment of the New York City Five and all that. So it's like, really, but it's amazing now because I just said something about this on IG on how like the structure of hip hop is now like, since the thing is, the essence is always there. The essence was from a great and creative place. It was from the Most High. All right. But what those kids had to do to steal power, to make something, to have fun because of the situation and how desolate shit was back in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Because it was nothing. And for them to do that, that comes from a genuine, that's only the Most High that would have us to think creatively in situations, which we've always done. But now, since it's made so much money, we don't keep the essence there. And again, the foundation is really rocked because we're finding out about BAM. You know what I'm saying? And like the deviant nature of them, and like it's nothing wrong with you being gay, but it's just the fact that this little boy, you know what I'm saying? And then that makes you look different at Chris, because Chris always champions Zulu. Yeah. All those people that champion Zulu, but the foundation of BAM, because he's a man and men are corrupt and can be corrupted, it kind of throws shit out of whack. Then we have Robert Kelly. We knew what was going on. Everyone knew it, but we were just like, nah, really? Mm-hmm. And now it's just like when you hear it, he has great songs. He's highly talented. But then when you hear Seems Like You're Ready now, it's like, oh, God. Mm-hmm. When you first heard it, you're like, yeah, it's a woman, right? But then you know R. Kelly's in most. So it's like, he was saying this in our face a couple of times. Yeah. So everything is becoming, the foundation is like, again, you've got to be able to respect the music, not the men. And I know that's hard because a lot of the image is tied up in the structure of what the men built. You know what I'm saying? So the foundation is really rocky. With Diddy, I always say it. Listen, Diddy got it from Clive Davis. In order to get his power, in order for empires to be built, bodies have to be laid. And Clive Davis probably molested, sexually abused him and all this other stuff. And Diddy liked it. He got turned out by it. And of course, absolute power corrupts absolutely. He's doing the same thing because he has the money and power to do it. Mm-hmm. Money, power, and respect, what you need in life. It's the key to life. Money, power, respect. Hey, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We at a weird place now, man, because like, when you got Future talking about codeine and, excuse my language, fucking every bitch that's there, and that's all he's talking about, but he don't even do codeine, but he's pumping it. Mm-hmm.
Sensationalism.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not. I love D1. I'm not like ultra heavy like D1, but he does have a point. Like, yo, you 40-year-old men still talking about the trap. What the fuck are you talking? What are you doing? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You know? So, but yeah, man, we had a weird place. We had a weird place now because I have a feeling that Trump's going to be president again. And that's going to be set precedent because he already weaponized white men. I've been saying it forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Precipice was about. That's what Precipice was about. Shit, that's what Memorabilia was about. I had a song called Memorabilia. And Memorabilia was about the American way. Our guys. And that had, was it Messiah Music? That was, I mean, yeah, but it was Messiah. Yeah, Messiah Music that was there. That was who's Jewish, by the way. I didn't know, and Def C, but I mean that's neither here nor there. But what I was saying was, Memorabilia dealt with that. That beat that he gave me, it's just amazing, man. Because if we're not entertaining, that's the only thing that we're their entertainment. Because we're so much ingrained with, United States, the United States itself. The corporation, if you want to call it, the country, all melanated people have made this United States great. Without melanated people, and I'm talking about however you want to classify yourself, without the indigenous melanated people, which are us, of course, then you got you got the Filipinos, you got the Asians, whether they're Chinese or Japanese that are brought over here with their culture, the Mexicans, which they stole the land from. It's just like, all of that makes this country. Without all of that, which most of them were enslaved, the prisoners of war,
right.
The essence of that built this. Without that, it doesn't work. But we have always been the entertainment of the United States. And that gets into, even though Kanye's off his rocker, I'm going deep now, with class. I always say that class is the number one thing. The catch is race. The catch is race. The trigger is race. But race really isn't. It's a concept. Like, you know what I'm saying? Race is like, it can make people react and get people riled up, which they use for energy, like vampires. You know what I'm saying? All they have to do is do something. Like when Obama left and they started shooting us, they had it. It was feeding the energy was just feeding it. But class is the biggest thing. Because when Katrina hit, all those people in the wards, no matter if they were white or black, they were poor and they were going to die. Simple as that.
Thanks.
So it's worse, and them did not care about it because it was a land grab. Nature, whether or not they did it or whether nature did it, was a land grab. Once it was like, let them die off so we can just rebuild New Orleans again. You know what I'm saying? They do not care about that. Trump don't either. Trump weaponizing white men to storm the Capitol. And he could care less about any of those people at all because they're not even of his class. So
Yes.
I'm going deep, but that's part of my music anyway.
Yep. And that's why you need to go check out the new album. I Am Not Your Negro.
I'm not the Negro.
And before we go, you also got to give a shout out to DITCD for providing the CD version of the new album.
Very much so. He is so dope, man. I reached out to him and he was like, I'm a fan of your work. And I was like, really? The only reason I reached out, because I know he was putting out a lot of stuff and I know the game itself with everybody, like he's giving everybody a fair shot, which I like. A lot of it is because he's very fair. A lot of it is money. And a lot of the other things are because certain people, you have a clientele now. You know, Copenhagen and some of these other guys, they are going by juice. You got to have a little bit of juice. You got to have name for them to kind of put it out there, to work it, and to get some profit back. That's just business. I understand. They don't have time for the little guy unless you got a name. Where with DITCD, he's giving everybody a fair shot. He told me what the plan was. It's limited. It's perfect. Like everybody gets the fair break from it. It's just fair. He's like, I'm doing it because I really love it. And I'm just like feeding it back into there. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah. He said, I'd love to have your work. I didn't even know you knew about me. I just reached out to you because No Face the rapper, No Face rapper, the Society brother of mine came out, him and Falmont did their album from that. And that's how I found out about it. But just talking with him, he's a good guy, man. And it's showing because like he's got the heads up Davino and all these guys are like giving him this stuff to put out. So I'm like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Vic did his album. I was like, oh shit. So, it's good that he's also giving guys that are on the cusp or even younger guys that want to invest in it the opportunity to make physicals. Because a lot of people like physicals. I'm surprised. I'm finding out a lot of people like physical stuff. So I was like, oh, okay.
And the beauty of it too is these are certain back catalogs of music that they had in the past that they never released physically.
Wow. Yeah, man. So, I'm about to check out everything. I wish I had the capability to. That's a bigger thing too, because like the thing, I'm rambling, but this thing with streaming, like you can hear some of the stuff and like get your ear there. But of course, like we all do it because we want to be heard, but everybody wants to make a profit out of it or make something out of it or make it worth the time of doing it because, you put money into this, you know what I'm saying? So I wish that I had the opportunity to at least get everybody's stuff, but when you're an artist, you can't because it goes back into your work. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you can do is if you really work with the person, you can like pay their fee for their services at the time. And like I said, that eats up so much budget. Of course, with what little you have, you don't really have time to check the music, so you have to do the streaming thing. But the streaming thing don't pay nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be on a high level to even see money off of it, which is like that. I don't know how that hustle happened. I was like, gee.
Man, .com Intelligence, the album I Am Not Your Negro is out now, digital and CDs.
Yes, sir.
Again, thank you for taking the time to speak with us, and I definitely appreciate your answer to my question. If James Baldwin was still around,
James would hardly be upset. Anybody worth salt would be upset. Guys, you see Dick Gregory, he was already, remember Dick Gregory was getting ready to pass and he was wilding out. So James would have been highly upset. Not him being black and gay and what's going on. Oh Lord. he would have been in all circles screaming, "High holy hell."
Yeah. Let the people know where they can reach out to you as well as support you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Again, DITCD for all physicals of my last two albums. My Bandcamp, all right, is .com Intel, all right, .com Intel. .bandcamp.com. That's where all my other works are. If you want to support me directly, you know what I'm saying? Hit DITC up for physicals, but if you want to support me directly or any older stuff, I'm always asking about that. Yes, I'm always asking about that because that Bandcamp does send more money directly to the artist. That's always a great thing. I am on Twitter all the time. .intel19. That's always there. And I'm not on Facebook because I had a bad thing with Facebook. So I need to actually get back with Facebook. I cleared myself, erased myself from Facebook. But Facebook is still big and I need to actually get my butt back on there, especially to get up with y'all HHDG because I would love to be in your circle. So, but I got hacked and I was just like, screw it. I'm getting everything off of it. But yeah, those are the ways to reach me. Twitter as of right now. Oh, IG, on IG, .intel319, no, my fault, .intel41520. I have a thing called Intent Mondays. On Monday, I try to make it regularly, and I have my thoughts and ideas about certain things. Been on the planet for a while, so just little things that I say.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm always trying to do that now, just to get on the camera and say something. I got a little bit of wisdom and knowledge here. So if I have something, or if I can conjure up something, I just to talk to people and just try to give people heads up. And I know everybody's doing it, but like I said, if you hear me, if you like the music, all of it's the same. All of it comes from a genuine place. Just want people to win, man. I always say, long live the fighters, because Dune is one of my favorite books. It's true. We are always in a fight, macro and micro. So, man, there's a war going on outside no one is safe from. So constantly be prepared, keep your eyes open, protect yourself at all times. Peace, everybody.
Yes, indeed. And on behalf of HHDG Media, we're going to say peace.
Peace.